I was looking for work in the public sector and I didn't have a huge amount of relevant experience, so I was looking particularly for training posts. And the Kent graduate programme really jumped out at me as someone who didn't know what I wanted to do, because it had the 4 different placements and the chance to work in different directorates and gain an overview before you have to specialise in one thing specifically. It was a little bit daunting, but I don't think I really appreciated the scope of it all until I got here and heard, oh, over 40,000 staff. I see, and I was aware of that before, but it's not until you're trying to work in it that you appreciate the complications with that. But it is good because it means you've got a lot of people who know what they're doing. Being part of the Kent graduate programme, getting to do work with the other graduates is brilliant. So every Wednesday we meet up and we manage a project together as a group, which has been really great for us to have something that we can contribute that will be our work done for KCC. We'll be there, left behind when we go, which is fantastic. And it means that you get to work with the other graduates and have that support network there and a load of people going through the same experiences as you.
If people are thinking about applying, they need to be up for a challenge. They need to be ready to be flexible and adapt the way they work. We work in a very flexible, dynamic environment and they need to be ready for that. They need to be hardworking and committed, but they also need to offer fun to the workplace and offer a creative flair. Moving to Kent County Council was a fantastic move for me. It's exactly what I wanted to do, and the challenge has proved difficult, but I've been up for it and I've enjoyed it. Glad I made the move. Being able to manage my own project was a big attraction, and there is a lot of responsibility, and I was looking for that. I was ready for responsibility, so I'm glad I get the opportunity to have responsibility. But of course it is a lot, it is demanding, and it does offer lots of different pressures, but they're good pressures. I work well under pressure, so I was up for it.
I suppose the main challenge really I found is balancing doing a professional qualification and working exams and still coming to work the days you're not at college. So it is a lot of work, and weekends up to exams quite stressful, but good. It's really supportive. Everyone at KCC, everyone's really helpful. And the work's quite interesting and varied, more varied than I thought it would be actually, because I thought I'm going to come in, I'm going to be at the bottom of the pile, I'll be doing all the really boring number crunching sort of tasks. But it's not that. I mean, I've been involved with a lot of different projects and tasks, and they've kept me really busy and interested. So that's good.
I think it's interesting because I think we all come to the programme with different preconceptions, and I wasn't a graduate in kind of traditional terminology. I was a few years older, and I kind of thought, should I be applying for this programme really, because I've come from a different background. I've been in the workplace for a number of years, and one thing that really pleasantly surprised me about the programme was that as someone with more experience, you can come in and actually just a different skill set. So you can apply that to a different set of workplaces. You get different challenges that are kind of geared towards your level and background. I'd recommend this scheme to anyone who wants a challenge, who wants a new set of horizons opened up, who wants to be able to think about completely different areas and really be taken out of their comfort zone. And also anyone that wants to kind of develop, because one of the great things about the programme is it offers you the ability to personally develop your managerial skills. And also to develop in terms of the training they give you, to be able to really make the most of what you have and use that as building blocks to be able to move forward within a business environment.
It's been challenging, and the rewards are there. It's a case of working hard, learning something new each day, and also the ability to apply what you've learned to new projects. I wrote a funding bid back in November. This was only a few weeks into my placement, and being allocated funding gave you kind of a warm feeling inside, the fact that your work will now make a difference to a local community.
You go straight into you have an induction week, but after that you're sort of straight into the organisation, straight into jobs where you have sort of a reasonable amount of you affect. You know, you really are affecting real issues, and your involvement is valued to start with, and you get to build on that quite a lot. And in my placement, I'm directly working with cabinet members, and getting to go into the meetings, and they know who I am, or some of them do, which is great. Which is exposure that sometimes people will wait a long time to get. So you go straight in there and you get that to start with, which I think is really positive. The programme's for 2 years, and within that time you go on to 4 different placements of 6 months. The placements change, so you become comfortable, and then 6 months later you're in another one, and 6 months later you're in another. So there's lots of sort of fluidity in it, and that can be a really positive thing in terms of continually challenging you, continually developing you, making you see how the organisation works in different ways.
You can gain various number of qualifications on the Kent Graduate Programme, one of which is the Prince 2 Project Management qualification. You can gain up to practitioner level on this, and this is nationally recognised. It's really great because it teaches you how to write a business case, to initiating a project, managing the stages, and how to close a project as well. And it runs alongside of our projects that we work on, which is really great because we can actually put it all into practice. Well, I'm hoping that after gaining the qualifications that we can on the programme and going through the process of 4 placements, that I'll be able to work as a manager in KCC, project manage and line manage various different people. You've not only got the experience, but you've got the qualifications to back it up as well. It's kind of dropping you in at the deep end, but that's the best way to learn sometimes.
I'm currently working for the transport and development stream, and that really involves getting an understanding of transport and development within the local community, but also looking at more of a national kind of perspective. This route for me, ideally applying through KCC, was an excellent opportunity to expand my learning on the job, but also put that together with having additional training. Currently applying to do my MSc in Transport and Planning, which I hope will actually go in partnership with what I'm doing in my daily job.